Have you ever thought about opening your own mobile cart or kiosk business? Maybe the facility you manage could establish new revenue by adding coffee, food, or retail services. Cart King International can be the answer to your needs. Cart King is a North American designer and manufacturer of the finest mobile coffee, food, and retail carts and kiosks. Cart King has been working with clients and corporations across North America for 20 years, providing innovative designs, custom manufacturing, and timely delivery. Carts and kiosks are fun, and so are the dozens of designs on our website. Please visit us today at www.cart-king.com or just call us at 1-877-986-7771 and get your sales rolling.
If you find yourself in need of legal representation, it can be a very stressful time in your life. In my career, I have dealt with thousands of lawyers, I've dealt with thousands of law firms, and I can confidently recommend to you Keith M. Davidson at kmdlaw.com. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just log into kmdlaw.com. That's kmdlaw.com. Or you can call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. That's 833-4KMD-LAW. Personal injury, wrongful death, STDs, sexual assault, car accidents. They handle it all efficiently and professionally. It doesn't matter how imposing the opposition may be, because the team at kmdlaw.com are battle-tested and fierce. They will not stop until justice prevails. Go to kmdlaw.com or call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. If you're in for the fight of your life, stop screwing around and contact KMD Law. PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry can, safe for drains and waterways, and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at puresoapflakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. Is your credit in bad shape? Do you need a new car? Ready to buy a new house? You want to rent an apartment? Are you going to apply for a job? Any one of these activities, they're going to ask for a credit report and then check out your credit score. Let Dynamic Solutions 2 erase your negative credit remarks. You go to www.dynamicsolutions2, that's the number 2.com, or call 424-888-2820. Now, if you enter promo code ED or you mention Ed Opperman, you get a 10% discount. How's that? You get a free consultation, all negative items removed, get back in positive credit position. Dynamic Solutions 2, life-changing dynamic financial solutions.
It's the Opperman Report. Join digital forensic investigator and PI Ed Opperman for an in-depth discussion of conspiracy theories, strategy of New World Order resistance, high-profile court cases in the news, and interviews with expert guests and authors on these topics and more. It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.
Oops. Okay, I forgot to turn the mic on. Okay, welcome to the Opperman Report. I'm your host, private investigator Ed Opperman. And this show comes to you from the aquadam.net studio in the Tampa Bay area. They sponsored us on a brand new station down there, WPPR 1490 AM radio, down here. And it's aquadam.net. A flooded home is never easy to deal with. You're left with the mess to clean up, having to deal with the insurance company, not to mention the memories that are lost that you cannot replace. And Aquadam can be another tool in your arsenal to protect your home and property from the floodwaters. The coffer dam is filled with water to control water and is reusable under certain situation and if taken care of. It can protect your home, business, or from rising flood waters like a dam, but without the beavers. That was my joke, by the way. It can also be used in construction if you need an area to be dewatered, and Aquadam could do the job. Aquadam has been used at SeaWorld in Orlando for the Mako roller coaster ride during the coaster's construction by dewatering the work area. And Aquadam is now dewatering the work area at San Antonio SeaWorld for the newest roller coaster ride. And Aquadam has been used in many construction projects around the U.S. and around the world. Now, here's the thing. You've seen this picture. I know you have. You go to aquadam.net, and this is an iconic picture that's gone viral of this big rubber tube that's placed around a house. The house is in pristine, clean condition, and all around it, everything's flooded with big, muddy, disgusting water with all that debris. So you can protect your home, your business, your community, your church by contacting aquadam.net. You get this thing put around your house, your business, and then you don't have to deal with insurance companies. You don't have to deal with the cleaning up that mess and that disgusting soot. It's horrible. And you can't count on FEMA and the Red Cross and those guys. When Hurricane Sandy hit Staten Island, my friends down there, they got no help from anybody. My friend ran a church down there called Oasis Church. Timmy McIntyre, when he was the youth pastor over at Caravan, similar guy, I was the assistant youth pastor. And so he and his buddies went around, they pumped everybody's basements out, and they cleaned it out, they tore out the drywall, and they did everything themselves. They got no help from Red Cross, they got no help from FEMA, none of those characters, none of that aid money got through. It all got stolen. Just like we're going to see right now with this new, this $2 trillion, $500 billion blank check to the biggest crook on earth, Steve Mnuchin. Anyway, there's so much depressing news. By the way, if you like today's show, go to OppermanReport.com, become a member. I'm going to have some new content going up there shortly. We got the studio back up and running. The audio is pretty good, I think. What else, man? Our archives are at Spreaker.com. Okay, and if you like the show, if you're listening to it on Spreaker, share it for me, please. And share it on Twitter, retweet it. Share it on Facebook, on Reddit, 4chan, 8chan. Everybody on there talks about the damn show. Might as well get that link there, spread them out a bit. Do me a big favor because the income is way down. But big thanks to aquadam.net to get us down here on the air in beautiful sunny Florida. And, of course, Keith M. Davidson, who's carrying the brunt of all the sponsorship with all of our stations all over. KCAA in California and KHSP in Nevada and KYAH in Utah. Covering over 50 cities now in 4 states. And I'm working on another little package, too. Of course, all over the internet as well. But I'm working on another little package, too, to get us on a bunch of little stations up in D.C. and Colorado and a couple of more cities and areas in Florida. Working. Always working my fingers to the bone for the lovely Opperman Report audience. But because, of course, you appreciate it so much. All right, there's so much depressing news out there for this coronavirus, COVID-19. Everybody's become an expert now on viruses and masks and all kind of stuff. And 24/7, you can't get away from this, man. I'm watching stuff like I could just live right now in my comfy little bed and watch 90 Day Fiancé. Every kind of version, before the fiancé, before after the fiancé, during the fiancé, 90 days, 120 days. Make it 120 days, man. Let's lobby Congress to extend that time frame so we can get more 90 Day Fiancé, because it's a great show. And there's no more coronavirus, man. Please go away. We don't want to watch any more TV with that junk on it. It's just so miserable. So tonight's show is going to be called The Best of Opperman Report. By the way, too, I'm a little out of practice because I haven't been doing any new content for a while since we're getting the studio up and running. But got some really good content for you this week. Steve Hoffenberg came back, and we talked about the work he's doing in the Virgin Islands and the lawsuit against the Epstein-Trump. And the Epstein lawsuit, the Epstein Trust, is what I'm trying to say. Steve Hoffenberg was former CEO at the New York Post. Steve Hoffenberg was partners with Jeffrey Epstein at the Tower Financial Ponzi scheme, you might call it. Okay, and which is where Epstein got his nest egg from there. You know, he looted that company, and then went on to all these other crimes. You know, and Hoffenberg wound up going to prison, taking the fall for all these guys. Okay. So Hoffenberg came back with some new information for us, exclusive to us as usual. And as usual, we'll be having him come back shortly. I may be working on some other things as well with Mr. Hoffenberg off the air and behind the scenes, which is the title of tonight's show, Behind the Scenes of the Opperman Report. That's what we're talking about tonight. I'm going to be telling you some stories and things that go on off the air around here. I'm not just painting houses or cleaning toilets when I'm not working on the radio. I'm actually doing things, getting things done for you. Yep. Got Mike Parziale came back, too. I got 2 hours with him this week. And then we're talking about Corey Feldman and a whole bunch of stuff. Stuff that I wasn't even aware of. A few things we talked about I wasn't even aware of. But Mike Parziale is always a great guest. We talk about Hollywood sex crimes against children and stuff like that. He's got his ear to the ground and all that. He's a guy I trust and rely on. Then we had Mark Shaw came back. Could be seeing some big things with Mark Shaw. Mark Shaw has been working on the death of Dorothy Kilgallen. He's working on a book right now that has similarities between that death and the death of Marilyn Monroe. The guy's a serious investigative reporter. He used to be a criminal defense lawyer. Worked in homicide cases, in the same building as Melvin Belli. He knew Melvin Belli. Worked with him a couple of times. So a lot of stuff going on with this guy. And we may be hearing a lot more from him. I offered him a slot on our podcast platform. In fact, if that would interest you, if you think you'd like to hear Mark Shaw, the guy's an excellent reporter. Doing excellent work. If you'd like to hear him, let me know, and I'll encourage him to come on our Spreaker platform and our iHeart and iTunes platform, and maybe some other things as well, like a co-hosting show one night a week around town. News stations. Possibly New York City. Oh, by the way, too, hey, get this, man. I'm hearing that we might be able to get the show on KPFK in California, working on that, too, as well. Not live, but on their podcast page. So, a lot of good stuff going on. I can't complain. Although I do complain. Okay. Oh, my God. Let's see. Let me see how much time we got left. Maybe the show's over. I can go to bed. Let's take a look here. Because I wanted to have a nice, fun show tonight and tell you some funny stories off the air, but then a lot of stuff comes up. Puts me in a bad mood. People who love to piss me off. So I'll tell you a story. Last week I was telling you about Michael Blutrich, who is the co-founder of Scores, and he used to be a law partner with Mario Cuomo, who now is a big shot there, doing his 1 hour, 2 hour press conference every day on the coronavirus, hoping to be plugged in to become president of the United States somehow in that corrupt Democratic Party. But Michael Blutrich came out that he was involved in a lawsuit that he's molesting little boys. All right, and that lawsuit came about because of my show. All right, not because of any PI work or anything I did, but it all came about because of the show here, my interview with him. And I tipped you off on a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff there. So I'm going to tell you another little behind-the-scenes stuff. I told you about how a lot of time I'll have a guest on the show just to ask them one question, or just to find out some information, sometimes for my own purposes. So it's not always clear what I'm up to over here. But there is always a method to my madness. I had a guest on previously. And you can go back and look at my roster of guests on Spreaker.com on the free archives, or you can go to the what's it called, the special archives, I think it's called, or the special members section at OppermanReport.com. I think it's called Special Archives, and you can see all the list of the shows that are in the member section, and you can even buy them one by one if you're just interested in one or two. And you might notice a pattern. A lot of my guests, my previous guests, have been to prison. Okay, or they've been in trouble, or there's some kind of notorious, colorful character that's been in trouble, with the law or litigation, and are the type of folks that occasionally would be in the need of a private investigator. So I'll have them on. Some of these guys are tough guys. I've had people on the show that were involved. I had prior knowledge of the JFK assassination. They don't come right out and say it, but all the facts point to it. I've had people on the show, ex-CIA, ex-FBI, Cosa Nostra, smugglers, organized crime. All kinds of characters have been on the Opperman Report. As a matter of fact, when I first started on Twitter, when I first got a Twitter account, almost everybody on there, okay, almost all of my Twitter friends had either been involved in some kind of organized crime, criminal smuggling, CIA, escaped presidents, all kinds of, what a bunch I had on there. And I got a lot of normal people on there. But in the beginning, it was all a bunch of characters. So one of my previous guests is a guy who gets into a lot of trouble. Real serious, tough guy. Serious guy. Serious business. No joke. Okay. And I had him on the show, and we became friendly off the air and on the air. And things would come up, he'd need a PI, and he'd hire me. So just recently, he contacts me and needs some help with a situation. And I said, well, listen, man, I'll take care of this for you for free. Okay, I understand there's a problem here with you and another guy. I knew both of them. And I says, don't worry, man to man, I'm going to